Hello, this is the creator of Master Your Brain with the Brilliant Induction Technology. We have come up with a program called NLP Kids. Now, NLP Kids has got 5 chapters. Number 1 chapter has got the information about the how to know the mental map of children. Now, let me teach you that what is mental map. Mental map is a blueprint anybody carries. It may be a child or an adult, right? So, since childhood, our children are kind of addressed with the intelligent one, or say superb sports player, or very academic, the one who is very great in academia. So we have kind of branded the students, branded the children, like he is very smart in writing, she is very beautiful in looking and all, she is very tall, he is very tall, he is fat, she is fat. So this the kind of structure, the kind of addresses we put in a child's mind, they become its blueprint. It may be a thought, it may be an idea, it may be about the looks, it may be about intelligence, it may be about the way they talk, or the communication skills, or any other skills, or the hobby or habit. So what happens is, like when you start comparing, or start branding a child with by saying like this, "Oh, your handwriting is so bad, but your sister has got beautiful handwriting. I know her. You want to go to a dance class? Don't tell me. Ours is a doctor's family. Okay, you better not think about dance. You better get into a class which makes you better academically. Take care. Concentrate on your studies." So, what idea have we kind of pressed in a child's mind since childhood? All are involved in this: teachers, relatives, parents, peer group. Everybody is involved, right? So we have put in a child's mind that he or she has not have to think about becoming an artist, or dare not write in an illegible handwriting. Though that's good to improve the handwriting, but that comparison part makes a student very weak, right? So this is how we create blueprints in any child's mind. So it's not only child, it's also the anybody, it's even adults. But since we are talking about the NLP kids, so let me tell you, the parents who will be buying this video series or will be buying this program from the platform, so they should know that why we shall not kind of brand a student. Now, for the parents, what should they know, or what children themselves should know? Number 1, that children should always be spoken to, right? They should be spoken to in a perfect environment where they do not feel kind of being treated so superficially, or with a lot of discrimination. There should always be an atmosphere of good behavior, good parenting, right? Number 2, that parents should always appreciate any process a child has undergone. The activity is more important. The end result is not important. So if a child has been taking a test or an exam and has not come up with very good grades, that doesn't mean the child lacks academic bent of mind. So always appreciate, just by telling that you can always do better. We know that you can perform better. Okay, because as you know that how much certificate knowledge what importance the certificate knowledge holds nowadays. It's the time we need to have practical, practical upbringing, practical schooling, practical courses, which get you money, which get you, your time is converted into money. Okay, the papers do not pay you handsomely, right? Also, you should, it's for the parents that when a student reads a book, or any history, for a history book or a story book, or like a lesson in literature, or a science lesson, so a child should be told to make a small summary or small script of a lesson and present to it, and then appreciate the performance, the so-called small skit. It could be any subject. So what happens is, if a child, maybe if socially, there are certain children who are not very open, and they're not very frank, so not very social too, so you'll be giving them a platform to open up, to socially mingle up, and also training them indirectly, not explicitly, for presentations, okay, for public speaking. So this will be very good idea, as well as you as a parent would connect with them immediately. Also, I must say that you parents should connect with children, ask their suggestions. It could be anything related to money, finance. It could be related to, I must say, transport, any issues which you are facing, personal issues, maybe even your husband-wife relationship. Don't think children nowadays are not smart. They're smart enough that they can give you idea that how to act on the solution, on what possible solutions they can offer. Take it sincerely. So what you are doing is that you are in their mental map, you are inserting the idea, you're inducing and asserting an idea that, see, my child, you are an intelligent person, you are a person whom I honor, but I honor you by asking you, involving you in my life. So you are a very intelligent person indeed, right? Also, you should, to connect with children, you should move outdoor, right? And give some time for mingling up, getting into simulations, and speaking and vocabulary enhancing games, and interesting activities to learn science and all. So the whole idea is, the way even I was brought up, that a child should not feel the burden of studying, and also at the same time has enough opportunities to understand its own building, to understand its all possible building blocks he or she might need to go through. Instead of you telling them that you're not good at this, which is very bad, as I told you, that blueprint is taken throughout life as a burden. So please try not to build any blueprint in his mind, a certain thought patterns. You're not good, you're not good looking, you're not intelligent enough, you are not good in presentation. What do you think of yourself? Have you ever seen yourself in mirror? So kind of things should not be. Don't be brutal with them, don't stress them that the whole life they are into mental hazards. Because believe me, as a neuropsychologist and as a psychotherapist, these are the issues which children get involved in their childhood, which turn into the anxiety when they grow up as an adolescent. So please give them a heed. Also, stop them giving too much of space. I know that nowadays, whether it's since I'm in India, we still have kind of children with us where we give them space, but to an extent that we have a very loving bond with them. We still have a say in their lives. Children still listen to us, obey us, and they are still with us. Even sometimes, even when they are about to marry, or about to get married, or even if after their marriage, because in India we have a family, not a nuclear family mostly, and though it in in metros, but in smaller areas we still have rural India, we still have the non-nuclear families living. So what happens is that we as a family involved in upbringing of children. But in West, what happens is that children are given too much of space, and this space, when you have too much of space, you just rely on yourself. You think that you are the only one who should be making decision. You are the only one who should be who has a right to live its own life. And parents are not given that much of involvement, are not given a chance to involve that much that they could be helpful, or they could be a resource of any advice to them. So why I'm telling you is this, that you too can just give it a try by involving quite a lot with children, giving them space, but taking them a little bit of space, and day-to-day involvement. So what will this result into? It will result into non-development of certain patterns in life which a child carries as a hurt in his heart since childhood. Now the second part of this first chapter, or the first video series, is rapport building. As a consultant, as a parent coaching, and also a corporate coach, what I found is that most of the parents, they struggle hard to establish rapport with their children. Now what is rapport? As an NLP master practitioner, rapport, I would tell you, is not establishing only good relationship with somebody or striking a chord. This is a simplistic rendering of the meaning of rapport. NLP rapport is sharing the same frequency of thoughts, same frequency of patterns, same frequency of thinking with the person standing just opposite you, or whom you are trying to contact. So building NLP rapport as a parent is very, very important. Why? Because again, it comes to the same thing, that until unless you have a good bonding with your children, you cannot possibly have a say in their lives. Okay, so let me give you certain hints. Number one hint is that you should always think on more of the similarities and less of the dissimilarities. Like what will be an example? Like if you're a child, for an example, your child is watching TV. So what should you do? He must be watching, say, certain comedy series or whatever. Small children like this, watching small children, or even adults to elder children, they like listening to the songs and music videos. You might like to listen to serious politics or some chats, very, very intelligent chats, but for time being, to strike a rapport, this is a behavioral rapport, or this is known as kinesthetic rapport. Kinesthetic, that means when you connect with somebody emotionally through heart. And this in children case, it's very, very important to connect to them emotionally. There are many rapports which we can establish: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. We are not getting into the point. We are getting into the point that how to establish a rapport with your children. So that basically what we want to make them, we want to make them the intelligent, good children, responsible children. So now focus more on the similarities than differences. So what you should do, you should also start watching the same serial your child is watching. He or she would immediately, you will see, even if you're not sitting on the same couch, slowly, gradually sharing a small, soft drink with him and sipping, and then, putting your hand on his or her shoulder, and then enjoying moving your leg like this. You will see that when you have mirrored the image, the body language of your child, the child gets into an ease with you. Okay, just now I will not be I'll not be speaking on parenting, but I'll be speaking on NLP parenting. Okay, certain special techniques which will take you straight, which will help you straight into striking a bond with children, which is very important. So number 2 is that you should mirror posture. Just now I told you that we can strike rapport by 2 techniques, which is one is known as mirroring, right? And there is another technique which is known as anchoring. So what should you do? Mirroring is just like mirror. Okay, the way when you look at the mirror, so opposite side you can see. So if your child is moving this left hand, you move your left hand up. If your child is moving left leg, then you start moving your right leg. Mind you, mirroring, right? Or when he puts his head at back, or you can also move your head here. But see, it should not be so subtle. You should take little break after a particular posture is changed by a child, then only you should do it. You should slowly and gradually dig into this technique and then get hold of it. Okay, this will help you also to catch up with the tone, with the breathing. Your child is into breathing style, cadence. So it means the breathing could be very high, or it could be very slow. The frequency can be very high, frequency can be very low. See, let's not get into the science of NLP. Just try to understand, like if a child suddenly comes to you, or another example is like, a child shouts at you, and then she's very, very angry at you, doing something bad, or maybe that not performed well in college and presentation was not good, comes shouting and barges in, and then you just don't understand what to do, how to react, how to handle an aggressive child. In that way, when the child is angry, you have to believe me, you also have to speak in loud voice. Okay, not shouting. Your voice only should be loud. And when you find a child is going slow, he'll be, he would just taken aback that, oh God, my dad also is, or my mom is too, is very angry. Okay, and suddenly he'll have a little bit of inkling of this. What wrong probably I'm doing? Am I doing something wrong? Dad is also very angry. And then take a break, slowly and gradually. When her or his breath is down, you too get your breath down. Use same vocabulary, same words, not the bad words, same vocabulary. That means if somebody says I'm not performed well, you need not to say that you have not performed well. You can say that, okay, you must have wobbled, it's all right. So you can use the synonyms. It's not compulsory majorly that you use the same words. Please try not to use the same words, but words with the same meaning. Okay, so this will happen to dissolve any conflicts, any kind of move away from the expectation. The child slowly and gradually would get into a state where he or she would feel very comfortable. So you see, after some time, you'll see that when the child is into not into anger, he will breathe at common pace, very easy pace. You also get into easy breath, and this is how you will when you will try this, you will get into this. The another way, first was mirroring, copying the pace of breath and all, the hand body movement, the postures and all. The another is that you can also have the effective strategies for meeting the children need, and also encourage children. Always encourage children, because but not for the bad things, but for the good things. Any small thing, you see, is to be appreciated. You just try it for the pets. If you if you just put them right, appreciate them and pat them on back, you will see that they are very happy. Similarly, children are human beings, so if you appreciate them, you will get to know that they will get very composed with you. They'll lose conflicts, and they will move closer to you. So this is all to remove the disturbed wavelength we might have. So always congratulate them on small achievements. But let me tell you, there is a habit among parents to appreciate children by giving them or promising them a reward, right? I'll take you for a vacation if you get this grade. We will go for a picnic if you get me this grade. And if you do this work, I'll order pizza for you and pastries for you. We'll have a small party, cool party. But let me tell you, you should always enhance the percentage of reward slowly and gradually. Okay, come to the small point, see whether your point is met or not. Enhance the reward, then see whether a child has tried hard with all good intentions or not. Then after that, but don't reach to the highest award. I'll get you this, I'll take you to a vacation to the other country, if you get me this grade. So a child would not have any very great intention or of getting what you need from him or what is good for him, because he knows that on such a big achievement on a small achievement he'll get such a big reward. So keep a kind of balance between the kind of reward and the kind of achievement or the achievement quotient you have set for him or her. So this was the first chapter. This was the first part of the video series NLP Kids, and hope you like the course I have prepared. And if there is anything which you need to know, my Gmail ID is provided